Yes. So where were we yesterday? Yes, we are looking at the presentations, right? Let me, participants, right? I think, okay, I'm just doing this thing. And I'm like that. What I put it in Microsoft account. I don't know. We'll have this one. So, okay, that's fine. Great. Yes. So yesterday we had a look at overall BA, right? What BA does, how we're going to cope up with it. We've seen the really great, samples or really great, mm, really great, work did by some of us, and thanks to you as well. So yes. So let's start again. Who else? Who wants to go first today?
I can if
Please,
anyone.
I'll just stop share. Yeah, please, let's go ahead. We are missing Rudra, I believe. Okay, let's go ahead. I think he's good join us.
No, I don't care. But I'm still in on as one.
Yeah. Did you see my screen?
Yes.
Then why do you
Yeah.
keep on saying
And
wow?
sorry about this. Actually, in this laptop there is no MS Word update. So the actually I did in another laptop. So when I moved it over here, it kind of it came like this.
No,
So
no
sorry
problem.
about this all about
Yeah,
this
but
messaging
we
of the
could
mail.
see. No problem.
Yeah, and this is the system requirement specification,
Sure.
and this is all about what I wrote. And actually, Michigan community workers during on COVID-19 they can go back to work. So
Right.
I took about those. So what are the problems and what are the solutions and how we can solve this. So, and it is a customer name like Michigan Community Workers, and it is a
Mm-hmm.
and project name is like manage your return to work program in during COVID-19. So, oh, government partner name is it is a TCS. So I wrote just name kind
Some
of.
noise is coming. Hello.
Yes, I believe background some PA thing is going.
Background sound.
It's not in my.
Who is that? Usha ji.
No, sir, my kids are watching TV. They are busy in their own world.
But whose mic is on?
I think is yeah. Could we just mute all? Means even I'll mute basically. That's better.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Are you listening my voice?
It's clear. Yeah, you can go ahead,
Okay,
please.
thank you. And I noted over there in TCS, the developer partner name, like yeah, and author and position, it's my name and the position. So here I wrote like revision and the sign off sheet and the change record date 23 November 2020. That's my author. Like I wrote my name and the version is 1.0 and a change reference. This is a kind of not a first release. So what I thought if it what I wrote it on this, if it clicks it going to the first release about that what during pandemic on situations like how the workers will go back to work and how they follows all that all and reviewers like yeah, I wrote the name Chandra and Ravindra ji. Yeah, I wrote your name. So like team lead and manager. So the distribution like name Robert and some development manager who are going to see what I did, all these things, going to approve that. And this is a supply system. Oh, sorry, it is some kind of message with it. Uh, and system requirement summary, and this is the business requirements and summer context diagram, and in the high level diagram and use case diagram, and third the systems and service dependence and system context diagram. in that the high level diagram and use case diagram, what I wrote it all this. And Sir Ravindra sir, you said that in 4 and 5 and 6 the interoperability requirements and technology impact as a assessments and versionally life cycle impact to systems and environments. So these are not about not sure, so I didn't touch it properly, but based on through my husband a little know about this all what it is like. And
That thing we will release again. Means see, this is the example which we're going to grow with, right? So
yes,
we'll include those things whenever we complete QAQC. You'll get to know about the versioning life cycle and all the other things.
yes, and this is that what purpose of that I'm making. And the purpose of the system requirement summary is define the current written work program in the Michigan community workers, about the community workers. The
Right.
current process is involving manual interaction with the system. This includes limited to, but not limited to. So this is the manual screening and what includes in, and manual screening and verification and check-in. So everything it starts with that, right? So how they were going, good or bad, the how we will manage for. So that's, and manual track cases and manage the response. And the, what is the main goal is about this, what I'm calling this app, but I'm not sure is that the goal is to develop an app. This app is an essential tool for employers who are going back to work, looking for automatic method to the health and the wellness of their terms. So these are the things what I wrote that. And automatic screening, verification and check-in, and track cases and manage the response, and automatical daily health management system, and supports mobile and computer devices. And 24 into the everything follows the 24 into 7 available across the time zones, right? So if it takes any problem, so we can call any time, though it's coming some issues in this, and so we can call any time, right? So
Right,
this,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, just give me a minute. Who's Swati?
Swati.
Hello? Who's Swati? She just joined in. Swati, could you please speak up? Oh man. Swati? We don't know any, we never had somebody called Swati, right?
No.
Right. Yeah.
In the beginning, we had one lady called Swati. She was a Maharashtrian, I believe. She joined for 1 or 2 classes and then she left.
Can we turn on our videos?
Yeah, we can basically, no problem. But yeah. Swati, could you speak up, please? She's not responding. I believe mostly somebody playing with her phone or something. Okay, yeah. Let's get. So, pardon me for that. Please, let's go ahead.
No problem, no problem. And second is the business requirements. What is that? And what it goes, that feature and description, what we usually use that, what will go through that about the return to the work, what it needs, all this, and screening and verification. They can choose in a flexible screening modes,
Right.
like yeah, they have the morning shift or afternoon shift or evening shifts, or they can anytime they can, before the starting to work they can screen that. And presence management system, what is the presence management system is like to maintain on inlays and free workplace, you need to know that who is coming and going, and that you need to understand who's been on site. So about these all, and you may need to limit how many people are allowed in your building. So there's the presence management, automate check-in, that's to automate check-in and check-out. So the next is case management, that will go to workflow tools, real-time alerts and audit trails. That's like someone fails a screening or next strong case management, allows you to monitor user status and understand their situations and bring them back to the work, how they were doing before that, if they got their COVID like that, and how they were doing well, and if they were okay, I'll check the screening and then they can come back to the work. Yeah, and next is workforce availability. That is the staff availability or remote versus in person. Because nowadays, yeah, you heard about this. Some teachers and they're working in a remote areas, remote controlling too, right? Through the
Mhm.
students, yeah, they were teaching the students in remote learning. So that's it. And next we'll go to the system context diagram, means like about this return to work program COVID-19, and the same about the screening and the verifications. What are the main things like presence management and case management and workforce availability. So what I described before that. So I wrote it like a system context diagram like that. And next, if you go then high level diagram about this, the diagram shows that the solution of return to work program. So this app is basically about that, what we call, what about I'm working on that, the manual screening and verification and check-in and check-out, automatic screening verifications, and through that check-in and check-out that will go automatic, and the manual health and HR system that will go to that through that automatical health updates they can get that. And fixed timings. What is a fixed my timings? They can go the some we had this fixed timings before that, but this is the time we can get the less workers to work, right? So they we can choose the flexible times. Okay, they can choose that now at what time you're gonna be. Yeah, they can choose the timings. And daily tracking of COVID cases, like we can use the supports mobile and computer devices, that how many COVID around that cases, or around that how many were going that. And notifications, like yeah, we already know about the notifications about real-time alerts. We can get that alerts and auditor trials. And yeah, that's
Great.
and this is the use case diagram about this.
Could you make
If,
it a bit bigger? We couldn't read it. If
yeah,
you could
yes. So Zoom.
just zoom it a bit. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, yes, yeah. You
Yeah,
can.
it's readable. Please
Yeah,
go ahead. Yes.
yeah. This here is employee is a primary, and
Mhm.
goes to the two. First is the employer who are going to the work, and employer is a secondary who are like a community where they were going to work. Uh,
Right.
Country.
Employer or the company or the organizations, we can
Yes,
understand.
yes,
Yes.
like
Please go
that.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and this is how they will go first, how they will start into that. First, they
Mhm.
will log in into that, and they started screening. What I
Right.
got through this means I have to say one word over here, because I'm doing a part-time job. I'm working in a school actually. So
Mhm.
this is a happened to me really,
Oh
because of
wow.
if I go to early morning, I have to screen my how I'm doing that when I woke up in the morning.
Right.
So how I'm feeling, like if I got any headache or any, I'm feeling like any pains or symptoms of those. So if
Mhm.
I'm not feeling any of those, so I can go the next confirmation.
Right.
So yeah, I'll get the confirmation. Okay, you will. They not they. I will get that notification like yeah, yes, you are in proper way to go to work, like that.
Mhm.
So next there is then check in or check out. That is that automatic. It will come that when I go to the community or the schools or something else to work. So
Mhm.
then we will get the health update and we can log out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will goes
Great.
there. Yeah, and here it is the systems and service dependencies. And what I wrote it here, automatic screening and verification systems, like simply easy health screening enables you to verify employees and visitors are safe to enter your building. So
Mhm.
that's yeah. And if anyone fails a screening, you will know right away, because we can get that alerts, right? Yeah,
Right.
if anyone, if it comes yeah, he's feeling like these all kinds, so you will get that alerts that kind, and you will know right away. In addition, you can help us
Mhm.
help users that understand and when why they need to stay out of a workplace. So there's
Right.
that again, the flexible screening methods and custom cushions and real-time updates and immediate action. It will take the immediate action and localized supported throughout that who were there, like yeah. And if you go the next, presence management, to maintain all an illness free workplace, you need to know who's coming and who is going
Mm-hmm.
around that. Yeah, you need to understand who is being on site and when, and you may need to limit how many people are allowed in a building. Make of all these tasks easier with flexible presence tracking tools like insurance compliance, defense perimeter, automated check-in and check-out, that whatever would before there, and capacity tracking. Yeah,
Great.
those all. And if you go the next, workforce availability, illness and absence can hamper your organization's ability to get things done. It helps you assess like employees' availability to make informed decisions about your workforce. So, okay, if you're going to ready to work again, so they will send a message like we can approach, or they will can we can choose that, okay, this is available today, okay, they were this is the position I'm feeling now, and we can see they already known that they will known that, right, when we screen and all those things, okay, he's okay now, he can work, come back to the work. So
Right.
that's and that way you can keep operations running as smooth as possible even when works are absent, other staffs, like other people who are ready to work, right? So that, and staff availability and remote versus in person and resource planning, like these all. So the those I wrote it, and next I didn't sure complete that, sorry, interoperability requirements, and yeah, and wrote it, the technology impact assessments. The following technology is required to develop the e-tool web technology, like so if you make sure all that, we can make an easy app during the pandemic, it will get easy to work, who go back to work, right? So that
Right.
is the technology we can use that simplify the solutions, like so that's it. Problems what we have, that simplify that, and develop the e-tool and web technology, that is like Java and SQL and Android and then iOS, it works in there. Yeah,
Great, great, great.
is what I, yeah, am I good with this? And yeah.
This is really great. Means the template and everything looks really professional. The
Oh,
thought process is really clear. You can explain it really well, and
yeah,
that
because
that's what we need, right?
yeah, what I got really, I thought like came okay, I didn't with this right before, so I known some of these things, okay, how they're around the going. Now it stopped actually in person, like in person schools actually. So that's why again, if it's work, that actually the process will go like that. Actually, every day the work has to, how the person going to the work feels like, and then he or she has to clean that, how he's feeling, and he has to submit that, it will goes to them, and yeah. When I log in over there, when it comes out with a barcode, and we have to track it over there, and the door will open, and we can go into the building, and we can enter into the building. So
Right.
that, yeah, this is that how it will go. So in simple way, that what
No, no,
I
that's no. You can feel it, right? You can envision
yeah,
it. That's what
I
the thing
can
is all
feel it.
about, huh?
And, yeah. But my explanation is not very well about this because of
It'll come up. It'll come up. Don't worry. But
yeah,
to getting the vision is the first step. Once you know those things, once you understand the problem, once you understand the solution,
yeah,
explaining the articulation part of it, that's what we're here to learn for, right? And we'll get it better day by day. Believe me. Now we've understood to create a vision within ourselves. Try to understand the vision. Try to explain the solutions to others. Even very senior people, we have started learning those articulation, those typical words which we should use, and it'll get better day by day, believe me. This
yes,
is really great start. Means we've seen others as well, so this is really great start. And just praise yourself, because you could do it. Frankly speaking, you could do it really well, frankly just to clear and crisp about it. Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Who else want to go? Usha ma'am.
Yes, sir, I can go, but I have not completed. I just made the two diagrams.
Have you started feeling SRS?
I started little bit, but I mean, no excuses, but I just end up by just doing two charts. I just started the first page,
Mm-hmm.
then I got stuck with something very important. Still now I'm doing that.
Okay. Anybody else want to go first?
But if you want to see, I can show you my concept, my charts, what
Let's
I
go ahead.
made.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
That's what I feel. But this exercise is a need, because
Yes,
otherwise, so please do spend some time. We'll have, look at it another for, a few minutes in the next class. But
sure.
just to, what you can say, could you start your share?
Yes, sir. Give me one
Okay,
second.
please.
Yeah.
Because this is a need for each one of us, so we should learn it, and we should put in our effort, so that we can get guided better, we can learn better, and we know as in person where I'm lacking, right? That's the most important part, and what I can do confidently. As in BA, you normally sit with all top bosses, so if you don't know your strong point, if you don't know your weak point, you'll be in a soup, because those guys are there to I'll not say kill you, but almost like kill you.
Yeah,
If you're getting my gist of the words.
I am not able to share my screen. Okay, I can share it.
It takes a
So,
while, I know. Sometimes Zoom gives you really.
because the project I'm doing, it's very new and it's a government project. I cannot take my hands out of it. So
I
I'm
can
like
understand. No
busy.
problem. See, we have challenges, we
Yes.
need to work within our boundaries, and I can clearly understand that, so please don't worry,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
So my project name is call center setup. What we are doing currently, it's for that. And it's a government project, so I cannot take the name out. That's why I put it as CTS. And which is made by me, Usha Sharma. Program manager is Amit Ramesh. He's my husband. Business analyst is myself. And here are the versions, like who has changed the records. I myself did it, the revision and everything. And who is going to review, it's like Amit Ramesh and Ravi Pandey. Ravi
Sure,
Pandey is a project manager, Amit is a program manager, and like this is the date I have entered.
sure, perfect.
So this is like the document title, call center setup by Usha Sharma, creation date and last updated.
Sure.
So I started with the WBS diagram. It's a call center, version 1, 2, 3. So in the one, it's agents, staff, and infrastructure, what is required. So if you see in agents, there can be different types of agents. Someone go in the field, someone is an in-house agent, and sometimes we need the agents with different languages also. So these are 1, 2, and 3. And for the staff also, we need managers, we need technical support and customer care representatives.
Okay.
So, and for infrastructure, it's like we need office furniture, we need office equipments and stationery. So it's pretty simple and not so that much, but I tried to make this.
It's okay, it's a start, it's a good start, believe me. No problem.
So I was making a use case diagram. I was not able to complete it. This is my
Okay.
HLD.
Could you please tell me? Could you please tell me who are the primary actors here?
Here, the primary actor is a customer. I mean, the customer, the shelter people, and the call center agents.
Okay. So, what are the things they normally do for the solution?
Okay, so the call center agents, so first they will be like logging in their systems, checking their inventory, like whom they are going to give the iPads, because right now what's happening, the shelter peoples, they don't have equipments to teach their kids because they are not going to the schools. So they are providing them stationery, iPads and all those things. So the agents will sign in, they will contact the shelter people, I mean shelter manager, and the shelter manager will respond it back. So once he responds it, then what the agent will do, he will make an inventory, like how many iPads needed, how many whatever needed. Then the agent will contact the manager again. So this way both the agents and managers are working together.
Okay,
So
why I ask you this thing, because this is kind of business solution summary which you need to put in the first chapter of SRS.
yes, sir.
You explain the complete system. See, whatever the two primary actors you see are doing, that's the functionality of the system. That
Yes, sir.
captures the overall, summary in a typical who's doing what, and why I need this in the shortest possible sentence. Why I need this solution. Why I'm building this solution. If you think it from that angle, your use case diagram will complete the solution. It can throw you a clear, crisp light to whoever want to have a look at it. So that's why I ask you this particular question. You know the vision, you know the overall the needs, the mission, and supportability, basically whoever this application is going to support and all. Okay,
Yes, sir.
just need to articulate it and put it in document. The
Yes,
text is also needed because some of the participants, whenever we try to explain, they believe in text than diagram. This happens.
yes, sir.
So
I'll
somebody might
definitely.
ask you, yeah, where this mentioned, so you can go to summary, or you can go to functional, non-functional requirement, those kind of scenario. So
Yes, sir.
use case, yes, is a need, and use case is basically a better way of representing everything. But still, so, there are some old school guys, might be a very senior SME, subject matter expert, who's going to help you throughout building the solution. So you can't really baffle him, right? So you
Yes,
need to
sir.
have those text as well as images. That's why that template, and that's how we keep learning, we keep building it.
Yes, sir. So I
Please go
need
ahead.
to document it. I need to put a one page document which is
Exactly.
due.
Sure, sure.
Yes.
But you
So
you know in and out, so I can clearly see the understanding, the solution background, the overall who's doing what, those kind of scenario.
yes,
Please go
sir.
ahead.
So this
Great.
is the HLD I made for the call center. So
Mhm.
these are the problems of creating a call center,
Right.
not inside. So first,
Mhm.
what we need a building space and a location. Then we need the agents for the call center. Then we need a time and money for the training of those agents. We need
Mhm.
the setup of the call center. We need infrastructure for the office, like their furniture, electricity, and all those kind of things. And we need office staff for that, plus the
Right.
equipments like computers and mouse, laptops, whatever is required. That, so
Right.
those are the problems which we are going to solve with this HLD diagram.
Right.
So it's like find a location at a quiet place, maybe outside the city and heavy traffic. So because it's a center, you will be on the phone talking to the people. So you need a place where it's not noisy. It's very like outskirts of the city.
Okay.
And the contact, how we are going to get the agents, it's like
Mhm.
contacting the agencies for good call center agents. Normally we don't find these kind of people in the job boards or in LinkedIn, all those things. Either we
Mhm.
have to publish it in the local newspaper. We have to we have to run it in the public channels and agencies, or with the word of mouth. That's how we'll find agents and these kind of staff.
Sure.
So, and for the full team, find a full team needed beforehand by
Mhm.
interviewing the best candidates from different methods. Because other than agents, if it's a senior positions like managers, tech leads, then we need to interview them and we need to focus more on their skills. So yes, this is the like team we need before building the call center.
Great.
So arranging the laptops, PCs, headphones, and other necessary things which is
Mhm.
required by the agents.
Perfect.
And set up a lively and kahan gaya? Yeah, set up a lively and a friendly environment, because call center work is very hectic and sometimes it's very boring also. So the environment should be very friendly so that people will they can keep them motivated to work.
Right. It's really stressful, believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, and one should have open cafeteria, gym, playstations, and other facilities which can keep agents and the staff motivated every time.
Sure. Just to add to this, means on the similar track, the BA which envision the solution, right? Who
Yes, sir.
creates support bench? That's what we call, not a
Mhm.
call center, but support bench. Let's say the way Rudra explained that product, right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
we create the vision, we build those functionality, we know the functionality in and out. So BAs are the best support managers, or support head, support bench head. That's how they labeled it, because you know the functionality. So if any really bad customer, bad customer, right? Any
Yes, sir.
really crazy customers come on your way, you can clearly know the boundaries of the functionality. You can clearly guide him in a diplomatic way. So now what industry have been doing, if you get senior as an BA, you normally transition to support bench head or support bench leader. It's almost at the role of CIO CTOs. So that's also a normal career progression, and this is how you normally grow with the product, because each and every product revenue generation depends on how the product will do in the market, right? We do all research and everything, but still at the end of the day, you don't know which products will get kicked off, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
whatever products get kicked off for a particular company, and that BA who is working with that product as an, his baby, he nurtured it, he built that product, he tested it, he know the limitation of the functionality, he know the each and every functionality boundaries, right? We'll learn about these boundaries in Scrum, basically how the functionality boundary we decide, so that we couldn't go after that boundary in terms of that system definition, right? So those kind of scenario only BA knows well in and out. So he is the right person to support these type of benches, and that's a normal career progression happens. Means there are quite a great visionary, CIOs, CTOs who are doing this duty, and they enjoy it because they know this is my baby. I know it's in and out. Nobody can replace me. So that's kind of criticality builds through the BA job. So nobody can kick you out. So if you really find an interesting product, and if you can really think it through, explain it well, you are the right person to lead the product to the delivery, release, and then to support as well. Because BA is a dynamic duty. You have to keep learning, and those kind of thing. Whenever you want to shift to some other domain or another work culture, how you transition this to a really critical senior role. That's what I'm trying to explain you. So the vision, understanding of a problem, understanding of solution is really a critical thing for a BA.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
I'm done. I made only this.
Great. No problem. Anybody else want to present? Santosh, Shakti? Sheetal, yeah, sorry, Sheetal ma'am. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I'm not complete. Yeah, I haven't completed it yet. I just have the bullet points that I've been planning for business requirements. So I can.
Okay, let's start with that. Let's try to understand.
That.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Yeah, it's nice looking sun, smiling lightly.
Oh, my son.
What's his name?
Sushin.
Sushi. Wow, great name.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I just have started today with this business requirement of a company where they have, this is an utility service company. Here, the problem that the company is facing is with the customer service issues. So when the customer is making a call to a company, what we expect is what do we first face? We get an interaction with an automated voice that will ask our details. If suppose if it is a bank, it will ask for our ID, ask for our Visa card number, and it will, if it is just balance check or billing amount or whatever, it will answer itself.
Let me stop you. If any bank asks you the Visa card number whenever you call them, you'll stop working, stop using that bank.
No, sorry, not the Visa, not the card details, but it will automatically, when we call, the number will be in their database. So
no, that's okay. But normally what we do in payment card industry, we provide a customer ID. Okay. Customer ID is basically alphanumeric normally, or you can keep it just the numeric. I think Bank of America have a customer ID which is completely numeric and which is also 16 digit. It's not a credit card number or a debit card number or any card number. See, well, I'm a certified trainer for PCI, payment card industry. So there are certain strict guidelines of sharing these numbers. Before sharing any number, in terms of card, CVS or whatever number or the expiry and all those things, you need to triple encrypt it. It's called triple desk encryption. Otherwise, you will be barred. You will be non-conformance to the PCI guidelines. I mean, just sharing with you because if anybody of you wants to understand or work in a payment industry or financial industry, you should know these things. There are strict security measures of sharing user data or the card data with anybody, and you to really encrypt it 3 times just for a layman's term. There are different encryption methodology we use as an IT solution company, so on and so forth. So for that, there we generate an extra numbers on top of this other than these, so that Ravindra Pandey can be, represented with this 32-bit number of a 16 digit. Let's not go into, bits and bytes and, width and length of the number, because yeah, I'll explain you someday. This is really good to know kind of scenario. But, those numbers can be asked, to just understand who is talking. And
Yeah.
then from his or her transaction, the IVR system, the interactive voice recognition system, can ask him or her to play some voice recording, so that I'll make sure Ravindra Pandey is speaking, or somebody is speaking, so that I can accept his call as an user, confirmed user, and then I can play this recording in the background, because all IVR systems are now forced to record each and every file in MP3 and stored in a database. That's how it happens. So once you know the person, then only you can normally ask him the last 4 digit and first 4 digit of the card.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that you can key in. You can't key in the complete card number. If the bank is asking to key in complete card number, you can sue him.
Yes, yes.
You
They
can
will
sue the
first
bank.
ask our details, like
Exactly.
those
Expiry
security
date,
questions.
expiry date, your birth date, or they can ask. These are kind of verification point. But
Exactly.
because from your birth date, I won't know anything. I'll
Yeah.
just know birthday. Even I can
Yeah.
ask your zip code, because in US zip code is quite common digit. See,
Exactly.
these are you need to check the identity by at least 2 minutes before sharing any critical data with the users, and all these 2 points needs to be concretely safe, so that whatever you have checked as an user, or whoever you talking to, that process has to be that process couldn't start before I make these 2 checks complete. And if there are any gray area in these 2 checks, the process will stop, or the line cable will get cut, or they'll ask for some other things. So those kind of scenario. So,
Exactly.
PCI payment card interface is really strict guidelines in all the financial transactional communication. Okay, just to make sure we know these things, because we are going to generate some solution, right? So they'll come, if you're working with any financial industry or financial domain, you need to understand this different technology of encryption, different technology of sharing details with others. And as a person, how I make myself secure, that's also another thing which we'll learn, because nowadays each and every application, the Android, the iOS, the Windows, and any application, you have to have security parameters in place, right? The last 2 chapters, they also include these things. We will discuss whenever we come to that. That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying this is what we're going to keep building on, and that's how we'll make the SRS completely a good looking professional SRS, believe me. Okay,
Okay.
sorry,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Yeah. This is a report that I will be making for the CEO, because the CEO is asking about the
Okay,
the customer service call reports.
right.
So how he wants the customer service satisfaction, customer satisfactory reports. So
Mhm.
for that, what BA is making up the requirements is
Mhm.
the IVR implementation. You can also say that intercom voice recording.
Mhm.
First of all, as soon as the customer will picks up the call,
Mhm.
the voice recording will take the details. It will go step by step by asking questions about
Mhm.
his requirements. What are his requirements, and what is the need of the call? And if it is a minor need, like a balance check or any billing related issues, or if he needs to speak up with a customer service person, then like
Mhm.
that, by this way, what will
Mhm.
happen is the line with the interaction with the manual customer service person is reduced.
Mhm.
So that is the first point that I'm trying to explain here, that
Mhm.
the requirement of the customer call with easy software for agents to pick up call.
Mhm.
So the agents will be the line for the agents will be less. If the
Mhm.
customer is on call, if the service person is on call, then the automated voice option will give second point will come. It will give automated options, that do you want to drop a call, or do you want to give a call, give us a do you want us to give a call back, or do you want to come back later, it will tell the time that the call duration, the holding duration would be so and so. So then the third point, it will give a callback options. It will save the voice recording by the customer about his callback options, and it will process it to the next available customer service representative. And the customer service representative will give a call back. Then third one is capable of high volume calls. Suppose a utility company just like PSCG or AEP, what happens is when there is a tornado or a thunderstorm or anything, and so the power goes out, in that time, usually the call volume is less, but in such situations, the call volume is too much. Like what happened and when will we get the power back? So this call volume, usually whenever they have two servers where the data will be where the calls will be they will, like, one server will be able to take 10 calls or something like that. So if in such situations where there is a high volume of calls, they will require 10 server capacity to accept these many calls. So at that time, what is the situation and how will we manage such situations? That is another option that we will be finding a solution for. And the third one is call recording options, that we can take the automated recording. It will answer their questions, and also there will be soft phones. Soft phones is like just like Zoom calls and all. These are soft calls that we generally use in the companies right nowadays. So it's a software. It is in the system itself.
It's a phone installed in laptop or desktop.
Laptop. Yes.
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 And you use
Yeah.
mic and speakers as a communication media. And yeah, there is a video option as well.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
really cheap because it travels on data.
Yes.
So those scenarios, yes, please go.
Yeah. And based on the options selected, the agent should see pre-selected customer details on screen. Like if a customer has made a call and his phone number is pre-saved in the database. So when he calls, this particular customer service representative accepts the call, and
Right.
this number related data will pop up in front of his screen. And then this customer service representative, what he does is he asks the security questions, like you mentioned before, about all the PCI related stuff. So his electricity related bills and everything, the entire data billings, everything will pop up. So like that facility should be provided. And then IVR is automated call will answer the previous billing. And for that particular thing, this person doesn't need to wait in line for the customer service representative. So in
Great.
that way, what we are doing is we are cut shorting the time of the customer, waiting time for the customer, and incoming call volume for the customer service representative. And auto outage notifications, just like in in case of natural calamities. Suppose the powers have gone out, and people will start calling the company. So at that time, whenever a person makes a call, the company sends an automated message to this phone number saying that the power, or we are notified about the power outage in your area, and it will take such and such time, this amount of time. So it will be an automatic generated system generated message that will be sent to everybody whosoever calls that particular company. And then estimated wait time notification, like I said, for the call, the voice recording estimates the time on the call volume that is going on right now. And it will automatically, we have to develop that particular software, as it will automatically calculate the time and it will update it to the customer. That's it will such and such time will take for you to you have to wait for such and such long time. And then call drop. Some people, they will drop the call in between for due to the long waits. And how many call drops are there? Like the customer, how long did he wait? Did he wait for a short while and he drop, or did some customers wait for a long time and drop? So that long time call drop is the reason that we have to be explaining the CEO that why did that happen, and that we will be answerable to him, because no, the company would want us to attend the caller immediately. So that report and that statistics we will be showing at the end. So this is the thing. This analyzing was a part that I did, and now I just.
So you did it fine. Means you did really fine. Thanks to that.
So the next level I have to still go a long way. So I will try to complete it by Wednesday for sure.
Sure. Great. Does anybody have any questions? Want to ask her any question?
Any inputs will be helpful for me if you.
Yeah, definitely. See, we'll learn, right? Let's try to understand. Okay. Could you do one thing? Could you explain how IVR works? Because I believe you are the right person, much better than me. Just take 5 minutes so that everybody, one of us, will know IVR. Who all have worked on IVR or work with call center support within our group? Anybody?
I haven't
Could you hear me out?
I haven't worked with the IVR, but I have spent most of the time with the calls representatives, waiting for their calls.
No, that's a normal. Okay, good one. It's really good one. Same with me. No, but understanding what IVR is important, because if you are going to build any support solution as such, and IVR is an integral part. So understanding from a person who worked on a call center, that's a really good what you can say, understanding, or good depth of knowledge in terms of the overall scope of the support in IVR. So let's try to understand from how the IVR works. If you could please spare a few minutes on that, that'll be great help, please.
Basically, IVR is the integrated voice recording service, in which that particular software is being developed by the developers. So we have to write a particular message for each and every step. That is also another BRD that we can create for another project. That when a person calls, what should be the first question? And we type in that message, and the developer writes a code for it. And then those codes, when they automate them, and it is the system reciprocates with the voice. There is some a little bit thing that goes on there. I am not that much sure about it, but yeah, this is the back end work that happens. That it is there is the developers create that software by writing the codes for it, and it automates the questions, and everything are fed into it. That's that particular everything is like pre-arranged, like step by step, like first this question, then this question, and then this question. It is pre-fed to that particular software. So that is what I know. And the voice, it has a different story. I don't know that part. I don't know. But yeah, these part, the coding part, I'm aware that they write a code, they do coding at the back end, and they update this system this way,
Mm-hmm.
the software.
Okay, yeah, let me put an additional spin to this.
Mhm.
Nowadays, we work on a cloud, right? So
Yeah.
everything is on a cloud. So how does IVR work? I have a laptop, right? And I was working in a support center of, let's say, State Farm Insurance, because that's what we were talking to. So what I do, I take the laptop, I'll go home, I'll connect to my cloud with whatever the credential authorization mechanism. I can have dual three level authorization, all those things. And whenever I get connected to this IVR system on cloud, right? Then I am a support executive, and I can be a sales executive, I can be a service executive, I can be a support executive, I can be a level 1, level 2, level 3 support. So how does level works? Level 1 is, did you switch on the fan? Did you press the remote? Do you check for the cells in the remote? Have you checked the wire or the electrical coil of the fan, and so on and so forth. So level 1 is superficial, mostly cosmetic help. Level 2, a bit depth. So level 2 talks about the application usage. Level 2 talks about the understanding of the technicalities and or the other thing. And then it gets transferred to level 3 is downright technical. So I believe you feel the RPM is low, right? Could you measure RPM by any chance? Okay, no. Let me try to help you out. To check the RPM, please hold the fan in front of your tube light and tell me, what do you see? Clockwise revolution, anti-clockwise revolution? What do you think the speed now? 3 RPM. RPM is revolution per minute. These are the techniques which level 3 executive will try to understand and gauge the problem, and to understand if it's need a replacement, if it's under warranty, how much an estimation can be given, and so on and so forth. So these are kind of important points as well as IVR is concerned. IVR is interactive voice response system. Normally, there are recordings. You normally land up with, "Hey, welcome to State Farm Insurance. We are the best insurance agency in Central America. Blah 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 blah. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Today is Sunday. We have special offer for term insurance, and so on and so forth." And after so many minutes, it can be a couple of seconds, but we feel after so many minutes, it'll come to, "Please press 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, 3 for Urdu, and 6 for Canadian." Sorry, there's no language called Canadian. 6 for French, and so on and so forth. Okay, in India, you have 36 authorized national languages. So you could have all those 36 buttons allocated. But yeah, let's not go there. So what then you'll go, go to what you can say, choice of language communication, so that you'll choose one of them. Let's say you choose English, just for sake of our communication and understanding. And then you'll have they'll try to understand. You'll land to a level 1 executive. Level 1 is basically superficial. He or she has a screen in front of him with all the necessary information about the product you are calling to. Or before that, you can have a choice of product. Choice of product means, are you looking for term insurance, health insurance, dental insurance, HMO, PMO, PPO, and whatever FFO, whatever we have. So those kind of
I
choice.
just have a
So
question.
these product,
I just have a
please go ahead.
question. So these voices are pre-recorded and they
Yes,
are added to this particular thing, or?
the IVR system, that's right. And the computer make these choices for you. It will channel the call to a particular executive. So
Okay.
if, let's say, Usha ma'am is there to support term insurance for Middle Western region, or let's say St. Louis area.
Mm.
So after all these choices have made by the user, then the call will land to her. So before going to Usha madam, at least that user spent 3 minutes on the call, selecting and listening to all band parties and all the wish and everything, which the user don't want, but he has to, because the system works that way. And
Yes.
as a user, we need to understand, because yes, it's a painful, I know. Because अरे यार कार्ड गुम हो गया, अभी बैड पार्टी क्यों सुनाने का, मेरे को बता ना यार, कार्ड गुम गया तो क्या करने का अपन. So ये जो कहानी ना, this frustration, this is kind of the problem of IVR definitions, IVR installation or configuration. This also, as a BA, we should understand, because you might work on IVR, not necessarily you will work on ACR or something like that. Depends on your job, your department, and so on and so forth. So if you tell them, somebody, I can understand IVR, that's a big leverage. because IVR solution improvements are in very high scale. This is like telecom industry updates. Telecom industries updates are happening left and right. So if you are working in telecom industry, there's no end to it. There's no limitation of jobs. Same thing with, if you know IVR, if you can include IVR in your resume, we'll discuss IVR in depth sometime. But yes,
Yeah, that will help us for an interview also, right?
exactly, that's true. And as an generic user, even if we try call a credit card company, we call telephone company, gas company, all these guys have IVR in their place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of need overall to understand how these things help us overall day to day, but we are ignorant about this, and how can we enrich the knowledge, how we can learn in and out. So those kind of thought process as well. Okay, do we have any questions as of now?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Anybody else left for the presentation? Sheetal ma'am, you're through with your presentation, right?
Yes, I'm done. I'll update everything. I'll prepare the use case and HDL, and I'll present it on Wednesday.
Sure, definitely, no problem.
Thank you. And sorry about the delay.
No, that's okay. So part of growing up, and we are there. We lost a couple of guys. Okay? Revti Santosh, they've logged off, I believe. Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes. I don't know, or they are disconnected or something. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, give me a minute. I'll just be back. Yeah, pardon me for that. Yes. So Revti's okay, they are joining, I believe. Yes, Revti Santosh, do you want to go ahead on the presentation we left yesterday, or do you want some time to present? Hello. I think they could hear. Okay, let's get started with overall QA QC thing then. Okay, let me. Okay. This one. Just give me a minute. With this queue thing on. Okay. So let's start share. Anybody want to present his or her workshop, or will keep it for the next screen? Does that sound okay for you?
Yes, that should be fine.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let me start on a QA/QC. We can have a revisiting it again. Means we can have a revision tomorrow also. But let's get started on this thing. Could you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now this is a kind of next step overall. We are trying to learn the environmental aspects of BA. How BA is getting helped, getting enabled with whatever he or she is doing. How he or she can do it better day by day. So those kind of thing. Okay. So we are trying to understand the qualitative aspects of it. Trying to understand how we can make it a qualitative presentation, documentations, solution giving, vision sharing, and those things. So how does a quality plays a part in overall BA's life? That's what we're going to understand. So there's a two part of quality. There's a quality assurance, the proactive thing which we do, and there's a quality control, the reactive thing which we do, right? As in BA, we are trying to understand the quality aspects of our results, productions, and other things which we deliver as an employee, we deliver as a business analyst, right? Can anyone define quality for me? Just in a layman terms. I am not going exactly, with the bookish definition and all, but just to understand, what do you mean by quality? Can anybody, share his or her thoughts? Anyone?
Quality is kind of what type of quality we will say is the standard, or it is what can it say?
No, I'm trying to understand what you mean by quality.
Quality, I can say, is how good or bad something is.
Yes, we
Could you
discussed
speak
like
louder,
that.
please?
How good or bad something is.
Good. That's a better definition. Anybody else?
Quality is something that usability. Its usability should be as expected by us. If its usability
Good.
is
We are
not
getting
as our
nearer.
expectation,
Mm-hmm.
the usability should be as expected by us. That's what I can guess right now.
Okay. Anybody else? Please speak freely, because this is how we learn. We do make mistake. We do try to improve ourselves. So anybody else? Okay, let's try to understand quality from a theoretical, perspective, or try to understand quality as an, IT scenario, right? So we talked about satisfaction, right? So if you are satisfied, you say it's a better quality, and satisfactions have never have any ending benchmark. So this is always a kind of improvements make and go near to the satisfaction, or try to exceed the satisfaction, right? So what we talk about mostly in IT terminology, we call it customer satisfaction. So the product which you are making, for how the customer feels satisfied about it. And how do we measure it? We measure it in terms of requirements gathered by you, requirements gathered by business analyst, and the functionality developed by the development team. So we are in between of this requirement and functionality. Could you understand this scenario? The business analyst takes the requirements and develops, or create a vision to develop those requirements or support those requirements with a solution from the IT team. and the business analyst stands in between. So a quality for a business analyst is how effective, how good he or she is in terms of his job, in terms of his expression of requirement, expression or representation of those requirements to the technical people, right? Now of course we have agility, we have scrum, and we have all those flora and fauna to support us. At the ground level, quality is about the customer satisfaction in terms of the requirement fulfillment. That's the overall definition we talk about. It's about the customer satisfaction in terms of requirement fulfillment. That's the BA's understanding, BA's knowledge of quality. So there are two aspects to support this. One, proactive. We should have some measures within ourselves, as in personality, as in BA, as in organizations, to support or to prevent anything bad from happening, anything against dissatisfaction, anything which can generate dissatisfaction. We want to stop it proactively. These are what you call quality assurance. We will make sure it doesn't happen, the bad thing doesn't happen to us. The requirement shouldn't creep, the requirement should be concise, the requirement should be better defined, the requirement should be completely scoped out in the sense we know where the system starts, where the system ends, what should not be included, what should be included, and what to include when. This is also get added when we talk about flexibility in solution building, right? So we are talking about quality prevention, quality assurance and quality control. Quality control is you are doing all the things in your power, all the things in your processes, so that even after delivering the product, the quality is maintained. The quality is showcased in a such a way that the person feels satisfied. This is a need because whenever customer talks about quality, right, he or she want to understand, I've given 6 requirement. Does all the 6 requirements included in the solution? So the manager will say yes, yes, yes. You just test it out, and if there are any shortcomings, we are there to help you out. So the customer feels satisfied. First, he got agreement of whatever he had given as an requirements. Now he has a belief or has a communication who is substantiating those claims. So these are quality control. I'm talking about after delivering the product, project or services. I'm communicating with the sorry. I'm communicating with the other persons. I'm communicating with the client, making sure whatever we did in terms of quality control are in place, so that whatever requirements he or she might have shared with me are in completely line with whatever I have delivered, right? So there are steps to achieve this. There are steps called internal quality control. What is internal quality control? As an user, as an developer, as an creator, as a manufacturer of the product, I need to make sure whatever I am creating is in line with the final quality goal. So as a programmer, if I'm writing a simple single class or single program, I have to make sure that it doesn't contradict with the overall solution which I am planning to give to the client. A unit testing is a kind of bigger subset where I am working in a group. If I'm working in a programming group of 6 people, all these 6 people also interact with each other, so that if anyone is going out of the scope from the functionality, or if anybody wants to add any new thing, which we can call value additions and whatever, it shouldn't go against the basic nature of the solution you are giving. Over what, as in BA, I have to understand the solution definition, the solution lineup, alignment is the most crucial thing here. If anybody is going out of the line, the BA has to be concerned about. Okay, the BA concern starts after integration testing. Let me take you there one by one. These are the words which you should understand, you should know one by one. That's why I'm explaining you. So there's an internal QA, that's a unit testing, then there's a group testing, and then there's a module testing. Group testing is basically the group is working on number of programs which are get collected and gets created in a module. Let's say if you're working on an IVR, to create an IVR, a recording for, let's say, term insurance is a group, health insurance is another group. So this is like department, right? So these departments, whatever they generate as an output or the result or the produce, testing at once, testing those unit department is a kind of, it's called module testing. And then there's an integration testing. All such modules whichever have created or which have been updated, club together and try to test the solution for a functionality. Module can be for a functionality. Integration testing is basically for the multiple functionalities. Let's say if you're talking about login in normally have couple of functionalities included in one single bigger functionality. So login, I need to basically get the user credential. There could be two credentials, normally a username and password. There could be 3 in certain cases, there could be 4 in certain cases. Third is the OTP, and so on and so forth. So getting these numbers from a UI, from a web page, passing it to a web server where my application is, and then getting verified against the database. These are the functionalities, right? So when you talk about integration testing, I am talking about checking this integration and coming back to the user saying you are okay, you are wrong, this is there's a mismatch, and whatever the message you want to convey. Okay, so integration testing is a functionality testing. Now black box testing is basically if you're developing something for Android and if you want to test in on a Windows simulator or some other system compatibility, that's a black box testing. And then there's something called test reporting, right? Okay, BA takes an active part from 12.5, takes an active part from integration testing, because as in BA, I know the functionality. When I say I want to have an iris scanner, I know what are the functionality the iris scanners should do, because I have suggested that, right? So I'll check it with my iris. I'll check with my friend's iris, so that if it works, if it gives subsequent error messages or acknowledgement, correct, wrong, green, yellow, blue, whatever you want to do as an correct response, as you mentioned in the SRS, right? This is what the integration testing is all about. And BA is an advisory capacity for testing as well. Now, whenever the development team tests such things, they create something called test report. So iris scanner test report can be a name of the Excel sheet where they might have mentioned functionality against test. Functionality means iris scanner retina scan. Is it working? Okay. Now is it working for dark eyes? Is it working for brown eyes? It is working for light blue eyes, and so on and so forth. These are different test cases. Now all a group of such test cases builds a test report, right? All these test cases build a test case report, which is used for running the test cases. All and each every of these test cases have to be passed to get the application or the solution or the functionality okay for release. This is how the testing works, right? And there are some templates, there are some internal audit. I will talk about the other things as well. So have you understand the overall testing partigram as in BA? Any questions for me at this moment? Class is quite calm today. That's okay. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask.
Yeah, sorry if I disturbed you mid up. Okay.
Come again, please.
Someone was going. You can. Rupanjali? Sorry, you
No,
said.
no, I was just saying that I don't have any question for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I have a little, have some kind. Could you go once again? What is it from first onwards? It's slightly like not into deep. And could you go the top
Come
main?
again.
What
I
is
couldn't hear.
Yeah.
What do you want to understand again, please?
Starting from starting? Could you go what it works and what it will be go on? So could you go again?
In the start means you want to understand from what is QA, QC?
Yeah, what is the main, what it works, the simple line, what it works, like how it will works in a BA, like,
Okay, you understand quality.
yeah, quality, what you said, that satisfaction of that, yeah.
Great. So it's
Yeah.
basically we are talking about satisfying customers' requirements with the
Yes.
solution which I'm going to give it to you. Okay. Quality control is a stream, is a a group name or a department name where we normally control the quality, which is a reactive measure. Quality assurance is another department or another set of activities which we call as a proactive measures. So there are these two things: whatever I do proactively, whatever I do reactively. Proactively is whatever you do before the things happens. Okay. Risk analysis is a proactive thing. Risk mitigation is a reactive thing, because once the risk happened, I have a risk of getting cough, right? मेरे को खांसी होने के चांसेस है, ये हमेशा रहते. So what I'll do in a cold, I'll drink adrak tea. That's proactive measure. That's quality assurance. I'm trying to make sure that nothing bad should happen to me. So I'll wear leg guards, helmets, and all those things. These are quality assurance. Now what is quality control? If anything happens and if I fell down, if I'm wearing helmet, I will not, it's not that much damage, so I'll apply some normal ointment, malam, and all those things. And if I'm not wearing helmet, I need to rush to the hospital, as simple as that, right? So this is how quality assurance and quality control helps us day in day out. Have you understood that? Could you
Yeah.
please explain it in your word?
Okay, what you said means quality is like safety, a satisfaction of that. If anything happens or something, what I think about this, if anything happens, okay, we have to take care of things what it will control.
Right.
Yeah, what it
Mhm.
will control. So you said that, yeah, when we get a cold or cough, so we will take the medicines. It will
Right.
control. We feel
Mhm.
satisfaction. That's what,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Satisfaction, we are talking about client. Now here, as an meditation control, I am self satisfied कि अभी मेरे को खांसी नहीं होगा.
Okay.
I'm taking medicine because I drink adrak wala tea. That's a kind of proactive thing which will make sure I will not caught cough, right?
Okay. Oh yes.
So that
Yes.
way that's kind of quality assurance measures. And then how do you do quality control? If I feel like I'm getting cough, I'll have some whatever cough medicine you take, so you'll take a spoon of it, and you control the what you can say, control the wrongdoing, or wrong thing happening to you. This is quality control. That's a reactive things happening, or you feel that started to happen, you try to control it, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And quality assurance is I try to control it before it comes to me.
Oh,
Here I me as in person, or I me as in a client. Now whenever you work as an BA, you work with actual client, right? We are talking about State Farm, and State Farm have given me 6-7 requirement, which I have built into Vision or a SRS with 10 20 such requirement elicitation, requirement evolution. So what I'll make sure as in quality assurance in BA, I'll make sure each and every of the mentioned requirement has been mapped to each and every functionality in my SRS. We'll come to this thing more in depth during this capsule, but right now I want you to understand the basics of basics difference, or basic understanding of quality control and quality assurance. We will revisit this thing tomorrow also, but I want to start you understanding and start thinking how could you implement this thing in real life, because these topics are really really important as a person as well, so that I can improve my life day in day out, right? How to build quality control, how to build quality assurance in day to day life. That's also does a quite crucial plays a quite crucial part in my life, because why I build safety, my safety or precautions are quality assurance, right? Taking meditation is my quality control, but all my safety measures are basically quality assurance. Could you, one by one, could you explain one such safety measures which we normally make sure, it's a part of quality assurance? Let's go one by one so that I'll make sure you understand quality assurance. Pawni, could you please go ahead first?
Quality
Tell
assurance is,
me a single, sorry, go ahead, please.
yeah, quality assurance is like, okay, we're taking a care type. Yeah, you, in what I think about that.
Correct.
Yeah, taking care,
Right,
like
perfect.
if
Give me an
anything happens,
example.
okay, is that happens, okay, I have to take the care that. So before things happens, we are protecting ourselves. That's right.
Right, perfect.
Yeah.
So could you give me a sample of, how you apply safety precaution in your day-to-day life?
Day-to-day life, when you go, this is a pandemic situation, like with the right now we are in that, right, in COVID situation. When we go out and
Perfect.
we covering with mask, and yeah,
Yes.
mostly try
Wearing
to
mask, perfect, perfect, perfect. I was looking for this. Wearing mask is my quality assurance.
quality assurance.
Everybody understand? Wearing mask is my quality assurance, or staying at home is my quality assurance.
Yes.
I want to make sure myself I'll not caught up the most chronic diseases around me. Yeah, and could you tell me an example of quality control?
Quality control means what it quality when it comes, we should have to control it. If what
Mhm.
example means, if you gets a cold, so we have to control it. Okay, taking a
Perfect.
medicine, or
Right.
we have to control it. That's okay. When if you take the medicine, it will control, right?
Yeah, in real
Okay.
life, let's try to understand brake pedal of my car.
Okay.
So unless I have my brake pedal working, whenever I start car, I try to push it. Here, cable to nahi toot gaya. Is it working or not? That's a kind of quality control. Before I start, I check the quality of my braking system,
Okay.
and
Okay.
that happens involuntarily. If you can imagine, that happens involuntarily within wherever whoever have driven car for let's say 2-3 years, he does this thing on its own. Your brain don't have to explain this to your leg. The leg does it on its own because you normally try to press the pedal whenever before you turn on your key. Believe me, check this out on your own today. Whenever you start your car, or tomorrow morning, whatever, whenever you start your car, this happens normally. Okay, so just I'm trying to understand from you. You understood the concept and you could apply it in your day-to-day life. Yes, Revti Santosh, do you want to go ahead? Could you please tell me an example of your day-to-day life, quality control and quality assurance, please?
Quality assurance means it's the way to preventing any mistakes or any problems.
Right, bad things from happening. Please go ahead. Correct,
Yes.
very right.
So it's the attention of any taking precautions like
Hmm. Any example in your day-to-day life, please?
In our day-to-day life, like we have the store, so we are making sure that every customer gets a good service at our service when he comes in, like uh, greeting to him or something like, or,
Perfect. Perfect,
uh,
perfect. I understand. So making
or
sure the satisfaction starts from the door.
yeah, starts
So
from the
wishing
doors.
good morning, good evening. Huh. That's right. That's right. You're very correct on dot. Please go ahead. Yes.
So that is what. When he asks
Right.
for something in our store, so we make sure that we are giving him the good product for
Right.
what he is paying.
And
So
guide him to the correct aisle, guide him to the correct corner of the department store so that he gets what he wants.
exactly.
Yeah. So I think you are the best persons to explain or understand quality because you do it day in day out as an actual thing. Because whatever we do in home, we tend to forget or we tend to label it as an trivial. But whenever you do on job, in store, or actual at work, you try to make it critical or very important. So that's why you two are the very right person to understand quality or understand the samples or examples, whatever we will discuss. Anything else you want to add?
That is what.
Okay, great, no problem. Who else? Anybody else want to share their view? Rupanjali, could you please, tell me what do you understand by quality control and quality assurance?
Yeah, quality control is related to the product, and the quality assurance is a kind of process. So, like you said,
No. That's a misconception.
uh,
Why do you say that? Means,
I mean, when like if suppose it's winter time, so when we go
mhm,
out as a
mhm.
process, we will cover, our head. We will wear the, sweaters and all, so that we won't get the cold, right? But if
Okay,
we
but
get
no. This is quality control. Why this is quality control? Because
yeah,
winter is there, the event is happening, right?
yeah, yeah,
Now, what is quality prevention? To purchase those sweater way ahead of winter, or to get them arranged from yourself and get them dyed and dusted, so that whenever the winter comes, you'll make them ready to wear, right? So that's a quality assurance.
okay,
Quality assurance is before the event is happening. Quality control is whenever the event has happened. Whatever you make sure the bad things doesn't happen to us, right?
yeah, correct, okay,
Have you understood that?
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
So product and processes are independent things basically. Whatever you do proactively, that's quality assurance. Whatever you do reactively, that's quality control. Could you give me any other example so that I'll make sure you understood this thing?
Mm, um, let, let me think.
Anything. We talked about ginger. We talked about mask. We talked about car braking system.
We
Yeah.
we can better explain it in our kitchen language. Daily we make
Please,
food.
please go ahead. Be my guest.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
Daily
expecting that thing from you.
we
Please.
daily make food, and we
I
make
did not
sure
know
that,
that.
yeah, Rachna, please go ahead. I
Yeah,
helped
so
you, that's it.
yeah, even suppose like if we are going to cook something as a
Uh-huh.
before we start cooking, we will check everything is correct.
Right.
What happened, even yesterday, I can give that example. I was going to prepare tea, and
Uh-huh.
my son is like 10-year old, and he was asking me, can you teach me to cook something? I said, okay, I will
Mhm.
teach you how to prepare tea. So I'm in India. Here we have that, the burner with the gas. You need to on, and then you need to,
Right.
lit it with the lighter. So I
Uh-huh.
was getting the pan, and he was like, "Mama, can I on the gas? On the gas?" I said, "No, wait. Let me get everything. Then we will on." And what he did, he just on the, the burner. He did not
He
know
forgot to
what
light it up.
yeah, he was lighting in the air, and I was
No.
talking to my maid, and then
Hmm.
when I turned, I saw that. So this kind of measure we need to see before the gas is off, the things
Right.
are in the place. So I think
Right.
that is the assurance, if
Right.
I'm
So
wrong.
we use hot plates, right? In
Yeah,
most of the time now, all households are getting migrated to hot plates. This is a kind
yeah,
of quality assurance we are doing, right? Because gas burners, they are prone to explosion. They are prone to all kind of wrongdoing, right? But if you do go to inductions or hot plates, they are much safer,
yeah,
and you don't need lighter to get them started and all as well.
yeah,
So these are
exactly.
like quality assurance. That's right.
Yeah, and
Correctly said. Mhm.
thank you. And
And what about quality control?
okay, so quality control, I think it's like in that situation, like it's already, something already happened. So the control is like I will off the gas immediately. I will open the windows.
Right.
Yeah, that
Perfect.
I control.
So that's perfect thing. That's perfect thing. Great, great.
Thank
Thanks a lot. Sheetal, do you want to go ahead? See,
Um,
this is
I'll
important.
just give, yeah,
Why I'm stressing this, because this is really important. Unless and until you know the basic philosophy, unless and you know the basic requirement for a BA. Now these are what are environmental things which supports, which makes your life really good to great. Now we are moving to a level where we are exceeding our expectation. We are talking about validation of a BA, right? So that's why I want to make sure each and every one of us understand QA, QC, the difference, the overall how we implement in real life as well. Sorry, please go ahead.
yeah. quality control and quality
Quality assurance.
assurance.
A sample in day-to-day life.
Yeah, the first sample I will take, like in general, is suppose just like pandemic had begin at that
Uh-huh.
time, Modi ji had started lockdown and everything,
Wow,
just
great.
to
Good.
stop this thing from to
Right.
prevent this thing from spreading out. So he did that
Right.
quality control assurance.
Assurance. Perfect. Perfect. Right.
But once people started getting bored of staying indoors, and the um, what they call the economy started degrading, so he had no other option, he left people out. So the
Mhm.
quality started going out, the
Right.
pandemic started spreading all over. So
Spreading
now
around.
the
Uh-huh.
now what we are doing is having isolating ourselves. When we get the virus,
Mm.
we start isolating, and we start taking measures. We start doing everything that is supposed to be done while we get infected. And at the same time, when once the vaccine releases, it is the quality control.
Perfect. Perfect. Even doing as of today, like, let's not go out of the house. That's a quality control,
Yes,
because
that
we
is
are
a
trying
quality control.
not to get infected. Yes, we very great example, and it's a real life. So we
Yes.
should and we must understand.
Yeah.
Even I was out in the evening, and there was a traffic jam. Mumbai traffic jam is normal, but now it's really started everything back to normal, and people stop wearing masks and all. It's really bad, frankly speaking. But yeah, people don't understand how to take these control measures, how to take assurance measures, and all those things. That's why I say it's important for us. That's really clearly great examples. Thanks to that. Usha
We
ma'am,
are
could you
improving our immunity as well. At the same time,
exactly,
people have
or make
become
sure that
more.
we are safe and secure.
Yes. So
Very
quality
rightly.
food is been intaken. So that is
Right.
improving. Yeah.
Build immunity. That's kind of quality control. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Usha ma'am, do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आया, but फिर भी quality control, quality assurance is taking the preventions before the damage happens.
Perfect.
Okay,
So
and
you understood.
quality control means like if a damage is happened, then how we can control the damage so that it cannot go more bad.
Catastrophic, right?
Am I correct?
Yeah, ekdam perfect.
Okay.
Now give me an example. Day to day
Okay.
life.
Day-to-day life. Okay.
Huh.
Abhi, just say it's winter here and it's going to snow in few days.
Mhm.
So for quality assurance, I can say that we already bought the salt. So before it snows, we'll put the salt so that no damage will happen and nobody can
Mhm.
slip and fall down. So for me,
Mhm.
that could be the example.
Right.
And quality control means like I mean if it's very snowy and if like there is a risk of falling, we can wear the high boots or snow boots so that will not fall in the snow. Am
Perfect.
I
Perfect.
correct? Is that correct?
Yeah. Which region are you in US?
New Jersey.
Oh, is it snows too often?
No, in
I've
few
seen.
days it'll start.
Oh, okay.
It's about to start. It's getting colder here.
I know. I know.
Me and
I was
Usha
in New
live
York.
in
I was
same
in
zone.
Stamford. I was in Stamford, Connecticut for a year.
Oh, I am next to New York. New York is like 15-20 minutes from my house.
I know her. I know. I know her. I've been visiting, New Jersey a couple of times though. But yes,
Nice.
I was predominantly in St. Louis for around 3 years. So St.
Oh,
Louis, we have snow at least twice or thrice a year. It snows around 6 foot or so, not more than that. So we don't have those many challenges. St. Louis is a bit warmer than New York and all.
yeah, we moved from Florida, so we are still struggling.
Yes. Oh yeah. Florida is like, yeah. So yeah, Florida. I think it's better, in line with St. Louis.
Yes, and
So
especially
yeah.
when you're working in Disney, so it's like a heaven.
Yeah, I know. Hooray. It's a
Yes.
it's a kind of lucky scenario, believe me. That's
Yes.
true. Sure.
Yeah. So thank you.
Anybody else? I think, yeah, we've done. So we understand, right? Quality assurance, quality control. Now let's try to go a deep dive and how we build these things, how we do this thing as an, for a typical BA roles and responsibility, how we react to such scenario. Now what we do in an organizations, we build quality management system, and these are referred as QMS. So to understand a QMS, you should understand quality, you should understand the assurance and the control part of it. So there are three elements: quality, assurance, and control. The QMS is built of such policies and procedures which we follow to make sure we implement enough quality assurance and quality control in place, right? That's why we being QMS. It's a set of business processes, business policies which are implemented within the organizations to help an organizations to deliver the product which consistently achieve customer satisfaction. So have you understood this definition? Try to say it for yourself, by yourself, so that you'll understand it. QMS is a set of business processes which are implemented to help an organizations to deliver products which consistently achieve customer satisfaction. So we are trying to achieve customer satisfactions. That was our goal. That's how we build quality. Then we build all the processes and policies in line with all the quality assurance and the quality control requirement for my given domain, for my given product, for my given services. Is that clear? Any confusion in this? And please be vocal. If you have any confusion, please be vocal so that we can get these doubts cleared, because these are philosophies. These are basically how we do it. That's a kind of aftermath, but if you can't understand why, then it'll be difficult to understand what you are doing. So why is really crucial. The theory is crucial in quality. Unless you knew theory, practical is just a trivial. Practical is simple Excel sheet. Practical is simple click of buttons. But unless and until you understand the background, you understand the reason of quality, you couldn't excel, you couldn't know. And this is like you are moving from 80% to 100% now. So 80% we've achieved. Now that last 20% can make your life, can really make a wow BA. So that's why we want to reach there. Okay.
Yes,
So I take it as there's no confusion at this moment. We will repeat this thing again tomorrow. So please don't worry. Think it through. Think it throughout the day, or I think 2 days we have, right? So think it throughout the 2 days and try to complete, whatever workshops and, those things we are doing, so that we'll be synced and then we'll go ahead, right? So again, a quality management system is a set of business processes and policies which are implemented to help the organization deliver products which consistently achieve customer satisfaction. Okay, that's great. Let's move ahead. An effective system of managing quality translates an organizational purpose and goals into policies and resources. Naturally, we build policies, we build processes, we take help of resources, and these resources are disciplined in a specified business fashion so that we achieve these measures which are agreed upon by the organizations, right? So an effective system of managing quality translates to an organizational purpose, organization purpose and goal into policies and resources which helps. Sorry, यहाँ पे मैं 2 भूल गया. Okay. Which helps every member of organizations to adapt standard operating procedures. Now, okay, this SOP is a very standard word. If you haven't heard it, these are normally used for all defined processes and policies which basically make you to understand in a particular which makes you to work in a particular fashion. Like Usha ma'am explained, we put salt, right? Everybody puts salts before it starts snowing, so that whenever snow comes, it will not stick to your path. So it will be snow rather than converting to ice. Whenever the snow converts to ice, you can enjoy slipping offs. Sorry. You can fall down. So to prevent those things, we put salt, right? Just to make sure the snow which have been fallen didn't stick to the path, because we have all soil or footpaths or paved blocks or cement blocks, the ice or the snow shouldn't get melted and stick to these surfaces, so that we could remove them easily. For that we put some rock salt. Rock salt is a cooling agent. Okay, let me not go to the chemical properties and all those things. So that's why we take these preventive measures. And how we learn this thing over the ages, how to make sure, how to prevent from any bad happening to us. And this is one of such policies, such processes. This is called unwritten SOP, unwritten standard operating procedure. Everybody in the region knows this thing and they do this thing. Little or more depends on their situation, depends on their thought processes. So should I put 10 kg salt, should I put 5 kg salt, depends on my reactions, my learnings from the last winter. So this is how to do it, right? But these are standard operating procedure which normally everybody follows. So if you move to region, what you do, I'll go to my neighbor and ask, hey neighbor, I have 6 foot rock bed path. What do you think? How much salt should I put in? Because he's staying there for many years and I've just moved in there. So I take help from his standard operating procedure so that I can leverage his thought process and learn from his mistakes. That's how I improve. So these are standard operating procedures which an organization have inbuilt in themselves, which are implemented before I started work. I follow those procedures so that nothing bad should happen. So this is a kind of quality assurance. These are proactive measures which are inbuilt by my organizations as an Infosys, which says whenever you enter into office, you need to put your iris to the scanner so that all the attendance system in the background gets updated. You don't have to put your finger, you don't have to press any button. When you start your PC or laptop, you log in with your credential so that the organization knew Ravindra Pandey has started working. His logs go everywhere in the server. Okay, so those kind of these things happen in background. So these standard procedures help us as in BA to do our job best possible way. Even there are special departments like project management office, PMO. They build these SOPs, they advise these SOP, they create new SOPs, and they amend older SOPs for the newer alignments. Okay, we'll come to that. We'll learn about the BMA and PMO. We'll learn about the internal quality management system. We learn about IQAs, the audits, and everything. Right. So we'll have a look at it one by one. Any questions for me for SOP, standard operating procedures? Have you understood?
Yes.
Great. No problem. Like Santosh and Revki might be having some certain SOPs for making sure their store gets locked really solid and fine. So you normally pull the locks before leaving the store. You normally go around the shop just to make sure we haven't kept any window or any anything open, so that there shouldn't be any interference from something like cat, rat, and all those things. So we take many such standard operating procedures to make sure the damage must not be done. Right? So those kind of scenarios.
Every day, like we have some SOPs for the everyday. We have some SOPs in a
I know
month.
these are pain areas, because if you have a store and in cold place, you have to do quite a few things. Believe me.
Exactly. Yes.
Even if you go to Walmart and all, they have so many procedures. In India also, like you have grain sacks and all those things. You need to really prevent them from rat. So you do all such kind of things like spray with anti insectants and all those things. Basically, yes, there are quite a good amount of things which you need to do. So these are like what you call standard operating procedure. And as your shop management has its own organizational standard operating procedures. So this is what we do. And there are certain procedures for BA also. So whenever you join Infosys, whenever you join any company, this is what they will teach you. This is what they will teach you in the induction program. So they are inducing you as an employee. So you'll be an employee, and there you'll learn these standard operating procedures. Okay. And yesterday, I was a part of an induction program, which was online induction program. So how they are doing it? They'll send you a PDF of 6,000 pages and ask you question on that after 3 days, saying, have you gone to this SOPs? This is really, getting out of hand. But I don't know how they are doing it in US. In India, this is what it's happening. It's really funny. I couldn't
When
start
I
laughing
used
because
I used to work for this diagnostic. So when the quality person used to come, that time he used to come with a big booklet of the SOPs, which you
no,
need
I
to
know,
follow.
yes.
And
That's what
how,
I'm trying to say. And reading this SOP takes time, right? And
yeah,
everybody wants them to get it used to it within a hour's time. Basically, that's the kind of challenge we have whenever we join new company. But I believe all the matured company, they will give you sufficient time. So please don't worry on that part. Okay, so let's go ahead. The use of management frameworks to ensure consistent quality isn't a new concept. Yes, this has been evolving for ages altogether. We keep building SOPs, we keep improving our SOPs, we keep improving our quality policies. So SOPs are basically kind of quality policies, one type of quality policies. Okay, and it's a part of QMS, quality management services. Sorry, quality management system services. Okay, these label do change. So wherever you start working, they'll give you another label also. So but QMS is the pretty much standard. Okay, so okay, so the use of management frameworks to ensure the consistent quality isn't a new concept, but the purpose of quality system has evolved slightly in recent year, because now we have different way of working, right? We work remotely, so there are much other type of quality measures we need to take, like there should be any leakages. So there are more concern about the document proliferations, the copyright laws, and so on and so forth. We'll learn them one by one whenever we came across such things, right? So adopting QMS can support compliance probability. Okay, what is compliance? Compliance is a kind of strategic word which is normally used uh, to see, I have said it so and you have not followed, so that's why you fall down, these kind of things. So compliance is basically whatever had been told in SOP. If you are not following, you are in non-conformance to the SOP. So if you go to FBI, they have this standard terminology. So non-conformance to the SOP number 3240, and I'm just taking any number, and there's a SOP called 3240, which have which you might have been broken. So you need to go to that thing and try to understand what is that, what was that SOP, and where you did you actually broke it, and how can you repair it, how can you take the corrective measure, corrective steps, and all those things. So yes, many organizations take the compliance, the non-conformity very seriously, and all organizations take the profitability very seriously. So yes, so basically the non-conformance, or overall, these measures will drive to the satisfaction and eventually to the profitability. So QMS, yes, profitability is an important measure, because that's how we generate our revenue. Okay, so adopting a QMS can support compliance, profitability, and the development of quality driven culture. Yes, quality driven culture is an evolutionary term. So whenever you say you are being evolving, your quality of life must improve, right? So that's how we took it as in quality driven culture. So when you have all these SOPs fallen, we take the SOPs to the next level. We put some additional SOPs to make sure whatever even few leakages are there, we try to prevent those things. We build some better quality assurance mechanisms. We build some better quality control mechanism. And these are all live documents. These are all live policies and procedure which keep getting added day by day, right? While there are numerous QMS standards, the best known systems are for total quality management. You might have heard for TQM. Now, these are the frameworks, right? All represent a comprehensive framework for quality driven organizations. So there is a TQM, there is a Toyota, methodology. There are Kaizen, there is ITISN, there's Agile. These are all quality frameworks. This will make sure they have certain SOPs, certain tabletization which we use to make sure there's a least amount of variation in satisfaction. There's a least amount of creep in satisfactions, right? So these things what makes us our life sturdy and secure. Any questions for this for me at this moment? Any difficulty in understanding?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, great, no problem. So let's go ahead. Now, okay, how the QMS have been built? See, these 12 core elements, there could be 14, there could be 16. I'm just trying to, start with the basics ones so that we'll build on this. And at the end of the day, wherever you work, whichever organization you work, you need to understand the quality policies, SOPs they have in place, right? So you can, whenever you join, they will tell you. Otherwise, you can ask them. Like if you join FBI, you can ask them what is 2324, so they'll tell you. And believe me, in FBI they have around how many? When I checked out in 2008, the documents, the SOP list was around some 20,000 plus. Now it must be over 30,000. Believe me, more than 40,000. I don't know, because they keep building these SOPs. FBI is kind of very standard organizations. They have really stringent quality measures. That's how we put it. Stringent in the sense, khaduse, in short. They have really strict guidelines to follow standard operating procedures. And there are many, satire, many jokes within our film industry as well, built on FBI. So for their SOPs. If you seen Die Hard, there are 4 revisions of Die Hard movie. Anybody have seen Die Hard? Die Hard, DIHARD. No
Yeah.
one? You've seen, right? So they made a joke, right? I think in all the Die Hard movies they have joke. This is stop. You need to switch off the electricity. That was a kind of standard joke they carry forward throughout the Die Hard movies. So something like that. So this FBI is so stringent that all the movies of filmmaker make joke out of it. They make a mimicry out of it. So those kind of scenario. Yes. So yeah, we were at elements of QMS. So there are a number of elements of QMS. Whenever you join an organizations, they will tell you. They'll make sure you have the documents. You normally go home with lots
Ravindraji,
of. Come again, please.
can we do these 12 core elements tomorrow?
Yes, no problem.
Yeah,
Do you
thank
want me
you.
to end here?
Yeah, if everyone is fine.
I'm fine.
I
I
don't
don't have
have
any
an
issues.
issue
Yeah, I think we
because
are.
I don't want it to be too much of burden on
Okay, I can understand. No
thinking.
problem. So let's end here. I'm totally with you, and we are here to learn, right? So if you are getting too much, I know these are too many words, and we are speaking. We'll revisit this thing tomorrow. Don't worry on that part, right? And
Yeah,
again,
thank you.
you need to present whoever have not presented it completely, and I think it's a need, and we need to do it, right?
Sure.
So let's end here. Any questions for me at this moment?
I'm good.
Great, no problem. If you have any questions, write it somewhere so that we can discuss it in the next class. Okay, let's stop here right now. Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
so
Thanks a lot
much.
for your
Thank
time.
you,
Have a good
everyone.
night.
Good
Have a
night.
good day.
No problem. Good night. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Night.
How to stop this thing now? Stop recording.